What is going on, guys? DBG here, and this is a little bit of a weird video. So, pretty much, I'm going to be talking about what I think is going to happen in the market. Do I think the market's going to crash? If there's specific cards that I think are going to crash, and specific cards that I think are going to go up. And honestly, with the way, well, not even anything to do with 2K right now, just what's happening, it's going to have a massive, massive effect on the market. And while obviously, this isn't necessarily the video I would have wanted to make today. I would have loved it had they just, if they'd released moments cards. Hopefully, fingers crossed. It's not 8 p.m. yet, so they might just go and randomly release moments cards. So it's not like they've gone like a week's without releasing moments cards, especially because it could be the last batch of moments cards for the season, or the last batch of moments cards for a while. It honestly is just kind of a weird one. So, what do I think we get over the next couple of days? I think 2K keep up with almost exactly the way they had planned everything. So I think 2K are going to release a lot more promos. I think we're going to get some super packs. Obviously, there was a little bit of not really a mix-up, just something ridiculous like the token market. These cards, all the packs expired. And now these are only... Okay, so some of these, it's 6 tokens for Lights Out, 6 tokens. It's 20 for your New Year's, 30 for a Frostbite, 10 for one of these, 10, 15, 15, 15. So I'm guessing Spotlight is probably either done or cut the lot, or Spotlight will start again tomorrow. That's a bit of a... So I'm guessing if we don't get Spotlight tomorrow, Spotlight is probably done for good. I really do hope we get a Spotlight, even though I don't. Do I have DMT to complete a Spotlight? I probably do when I sell all of my cards. But yeah, so I just want to have a look to see a couple of players to see have they gone up first. So guys like Tony Kukoc, I'd be projecting to go. He's gone down a little bit. I was kind of hoping he'd go up, but he's still around the 14, 15k mark. So he's only gone down a tiny bit. So the cards that I'm going to think are going up. So obviously there's some that are really, really obvious in terms of prediction. Guys like Lance Stevenson were obviously going to go up because he was way too good for his price. I didn't think he was going to go up this much. Guys like Jeff Green, very, very obviously going to go up. Like Jeff Green was 1k MT, and right now you're looking at paying probably 3 to 4k at minimum for Jeff Green. And yeah, so these are the obvious ones. I think the primes probably go down short term because they're obviously new in packs. So guys that were investing in Porzingis, actually Porzingis is still a little bit expensive, and Dwayne Wade, I think they are going to... I don't think either of these cards are going to like majorly spike up at any stage again. Has Kevin Durant gone? He hasn't really gone down at all, has he? But yeah, because I think it'll be quite a while until prime players, especially these type of prime players, these guys here, are going to be in packs again, because they released the prime packs today. They are 100% not releasing prime 2 super packs again for quite a while. So I'd say these are moderately safe investments. These guys right here. Cards that I'd sell. I'd sell almost anything that... I don't mean sell right now. I mean over the coming 2 or 3 weeks, because I think that panic selling, which is, if it happens from this video, it would be a disaster. Wait until the market picks up. Find the right time to sell for a right price. Don't sell because the market has crashed. Don't panic. Don't sell because of panic, because the market eventually will pick back up. So I'd say to sell players that don't lock in, because there's no chance of those keeping their value. So even some cards like if you're looking at these ones, guys like Beverly have suddenly gone up in price a little bit, because I'm looking and thinking, okay, these guys, I held on these because inevitably they're going to go up in value. Eventually these were all going to go up. And it's why I've held on to likes of these cards right here, because while Elton Brand is still not expensive, he's 2.7k, he's better than the 1.2k that he was a couple of weeks ago. Holiday is still super cheap. Who not this guy, Barbosa? And it's like Barbosa, he's 950. He was like 750 when I bought him. So these guys obviously haven't gone up. They're selling him. Like if you had Gail Goodrich, right now, I stupidly sold him. I picked up my Gail Goodrich for 12k. These guys pick up in price, obviously, because they're getting rarer and rarer, and people still want to complete the collection. So obviously this one for Kareem, it's Giannis, I think, for getting all these, or for complete spotlight. So that makes a little bit more sense. But yeah, so the types of players that I would keep, because they're always going to go up in price, and it's just like the current NBA players. Like, you're looking at these, and probably not Bledsoe, probably not the best player to go for, but like Kyle Korver. Actually, he's quite cheap. So these guys are actually quite cheap. The current Series 2 cards are quite cheap as well. I think current NBA and current Series 2, they pick up whenever there's tokens, new cards in the token market, and obviously, hopefully 2K change that. It's looking like it'll happen in the next couple of weeks. And current Series 2 as well, because they're token rewards. The cards that I don't necessarily say I think I'd hold on to cards or I'd be sitting on a bunch of cards for investments, but I wouldn't be in that much of a rush to sell some cards. However, if you've got a card that is part of the flash packs and it's going to cost you a lot of MT, I'm trying to go 12-0. Gauskas will help with that. It is not a smart move, MT-wise, to have Ilgauskas sitting in my collection. It is not a smart move MT-wise to have like some guys that don't lock in that are going to drop in price. Like, as 2K release higher and higher overall players, the likes of Miles Bridges are going to drop. The likes of Antoine Walker. Antoine Walker already has dropped big time in price. Trying to think who else will drop in price. Tom Chambers was nothing when I bought him. I've lost a ton of MT on guys like AC Green. Hito will keep dropping in price, I'd say, because he is not rare at all. There are so many cards that I'm just kind of sitting on that are going to drop in price. Like, I don't think Aldridge drops too much. Because I paid 15k for him, I don't think it's too bad. I don't think paying 15k for Kukoc or 20k for Odin was bad, so I don't think they drop too much. But sitting on someone like Ilgauskas, who I think could drop to about 15k in a flash, is definitely a bit reckless. But again, these are the type of players that it's kind of finding a balance between having the card and what they're worth for you, and also the fact that they're going to depreciate in value. So every card that doesn't lock in over time is going to depreciate in value, and the reason for that is that 2K are going to release more and more and more promo packs because they can't release moments. They were expecting in less than, or maybe a month's time from now, to start releasing playoff packs, but that's just straight up not going to happen right now because the season's been shut down coronavirus. So they might bring the playoff or the throwback playoff moments, which they release every year. Like, we get some insane throwback playoff moments cards. They might just release those cards when the playoffs should have been, which will be a month from now. But until then, we still have to see. Or 2K might just completely try to blitz you in the first quarter and see what happens. Like, tactic. They might go out with that type of tactic. And for March Madness, they might release a bunch of Galaxy Opals and Pink Diamonds. For St. Patrick's Day, they might go and release a Bird, Kevin Garnett, a bunch of Celtics players. And you might see half of the Opals, or more than half of the Opals in this game, you might see them released by the start of April. Which would be crazy. Like, if that happens, you're going to start to see budget Opals. You're going to start to see Pink Diamonds being almost worthless. Because when Pink Diamonds became the norm, then you start seeing bad Pink Diamonds. You've yet to see a bad Opal. But when we start seeing bad Opals, like, for example, I don't know, trying to think someone that might get an Opal that will suck. Jerry West. Straight up, Jerry West animations are awful in this game. Jerry West Opal will suck. A Elgin Baylor Galaxy Opal will suck as well, because of animations wise. And as soon as we start getting cards like that, and those cards drop under the 100k mark, it's going to leave room for a lot of, well, not even it's going to leave room for a lot of like budget Opals. It just means that if soon as one Opal goes under 100k, a bunch of Opals go under. It was the same with Pink Diamonds. Like, when Pink Diamonds first came out, no way you were getting ones for a buyout. And then 2K started releasing Pink Diamonds as part of the Legacy set. And like, no way was Bernard King originally a buyout. Sidney Moncrief wasn't originally a buyout. But as time went on, these cards all dropped because they were terrible. And when Legacy Series 2 came out, these guys are all Pink Diamonds and they're all cheap. Like 22k for a not good mark price. Phil Chenier is not awful, 24k. Nate Thurmond, 37k. Like, actually, these, in terms of tokens wise, these is not the most expensive thing to get some tokens with these guys. Again, tokens don't matter, but still, they're not the most expensive cards in the world. And then again, because of Moment of the Week, because of all the cards they're releasing, the novelty of Pink Diamonds kind of went away. So lads, this has been a little bit almost a chat about what I think is going to happen over the next couple of weeks in my team. Like, look, we don't know what's going to happen. These are just my predictions. I predicted Prime Super Packs to come out in the next few weeks. They came out today. I honestly don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Nobody knows what way 2K is going to take things. Honestly, 2K are currently in a reactive stage. They had no idea what was going to happen. So I do have a feeling that we're going to get a bunch of packs over the next couple of days, especially because there's more and more people going to be on this game. There are more people going to be on this game. There are more people going to be playing my team. There's more people going to be playing 2K. And I think that in terms of like that industry, like there's a lot of industries that will take a massive hit because of the coronavirus. There's also a lot of industries that will take a massive boost. Like video games, there'll be more and more people playing video games. There'll be more and more people watching Netflix. So Netflix is going to spike. Internet providers are going to spike. Like they're going to make way more money. Like there's a bunch of things that will spike. Obviously, gaming is one of them. So I don't know. I think the 2K, like knowing 2K's tactics, they're going to release as much content as possible over the next couple of weeks. So be ready for that. Be ready to have some MT. If you are currently investing in cards, I'd say I don't think you should panic sell. We should have a look at seeing when the right times to sell the cards are, because I don't think investments long term are really going to be the safest thing in my team right now. And yeah, so just always keep an eye out, keep your head screwed on. And what I would advise you guys to do is every time you log on, check the market for cards. Check the market. I wouldn't advise you guys to spend big. As I always say, every time they release a new bunch of packs in like the buzzer beaters, always go for the good cheap cards. Like these guys always go for the lower tier cards because they're not that much worse than the higher tier cards. And then for things like the leap year packs, like Gerald Wallace, who's the best value, Rudy was really good. And then probably stray away from the top tier guys because there's going to be so much of a saturation of opals that eventually the pink diamonds are going to be as good as the opals right now. And they'll be cheaper. And if you save your MT, you're going to have a God Squad for cheap in the future. But anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.